In 1919, he hit 29 home runs and was sold to the New York Yankees.
A three-run home run for Buffington. The Yankees now lead it by a score of 3-2. Bill Lee is now going over to a couple of the Yankees, and there they go again.
Hits it to deep left. That might send the Yankees to the World Series.
Varitek and A-Rod going at it. Roberts is going. Posada's throw. Roberts safe.
And what can I say? Just tip my hat and call the Yankees my daddy.
Welcome to Fanbase, a deep dive into the greatest rivalry in sports. I'm Brian Shackman, co-host John Senecal here for episode 213. Just a quick wrap up on the weekend series between the Red Sox and the Yankees. Setting the table again every week is super important, and then they're going to play again real soon. So if you didn't listen to the previous episode or you did, I'll just recap. I would have been happy going in with a split, and it was a starkly different outcome, but based on how the first few games went, my mindset changed. But the Red Sox take 3 of 4. They lose the final game. Where do you want to start?
Oh boy, what do you think, Brian? I was thinking they were going to win 3-1. Then you were like, "Yeah, a split would be nice," and then you come out on top. But boy, what a disaster, huh? Like, coming off of that. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it on Friday morning on your radio show. You can't have 9 errors. I mean, 9 walks and 4 errors in a game and win. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're playing Sandlot baseball or Major League Baseball. It just doesn't work that way. So Thursday night obviously was a huge debacle. And then when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Saturday comes along. And it just got worse. I mean, you knew you're going to be up against a tough opponent with Crochet on Saturday. But, geez, the 9th inning comes along, and it's like, oh, the wheels down the bus, they didn't even go around once, dude. They fell off and went down the damn hill. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Well, on the 1-0 game was there's a couple things I would say. First of all, I think the Yankees, believe it or not, once they lost 3, I think they were lucky to win the 4th game. Even my dad, who's 86, was like, feel good. The Yankee bullpen, it's tired. They don't have much. And, they didn't even it wasn't a problem. So if the Red Sox had gotten a couple earlier, put them on their heels, I think it would have been a different story. And so, it's weird because in some ways it's a little disappointing that the Sox didn't sweep, because that last game, the Yankees were so vulnerable. And I think if you're a Yankee fan, actually, you should be really encouraged, because people were ready to give up. I mean, we were talking on the side about whether, Boone and Cashman or Cashman would survive the weekend. Now, I don't think they would have been fired, but had they lost the game, you would have been on the cover of just about every newspaper in New York, and it would have been a crisis.
Yeah, if you would have gotten swept, it would have been a total disaster. But you got to also look at what happened in that series. So, I mean, yeah, you didn't lose 4 games in a row, but you went on and did the same stuff. Anthony Volpe making errors, Jazz Chisholm making errors. I mean, Volpe leads the league in errors right now at 17, and Chisholm is 3rd in baseball with 15. Well, so that's your up-the-middle combo.
I'm not sure Volpe should be in the major leagues right now.
Well, that's a good question, Brian. He is still relatively young. He's been in the league now. This is his 3rd season, so that would be a huge dent in his armor to get sent down. I think this late in the season, I don't see that happening. But clearly, there was a change in shift in focus. Finally, all the fans have been talking about it for a long time, and they put Caballero into play shortstop. And Volpe is not going to play 2 consecutive games, and he might come back Tuesday against the Nationals. But, again, the errors and just the mental mistakes. And Michael Kay said it the best on Saturday. The Yankees were getting embarrassed on their home field. It was a complete debacle. And then they bring in Blackburn, who obviously, I'm surprised the guy's still on the team, obviously. And he got lit up. It's tough as a Yankee fan to watch that, knowing that they were playing relatively good. Now, I did say they played mediocre competition with the Rays and the Cardinals coming into this series. So my expectations weren't huge, but they had been playing better. But of course, the demons showed up again with the stupid defense and base running once again.
So he's John Senecal. I'm Brian Shackman. This is Fanbase, a deep dive into the greatest rivalry in sports. But I really maintain now, it would be really nice if there could be more separation. Right now, the Royals are 3 out of that final wild card as we record on Monday. It'd be great if it were a 3-horse race, and then you don't have to worry about dropping out of the wild card. But all I'll say is that with all the crap, I mean, it was a bad weekend. They lost 3 of 4 at home to the Red Sox. But they go on a little run, and they're fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's just each team is 3 or 4 straight wins or losses from either being in really good shape or bad shape. Like the Sox, who you think were doing great, they lose 3 in a row. They could be on the outside looking in. Like it's that tight. So like I feel like if you're gonna ride these emotional waves from side to side, just be prepared because it can change tomorrow. I mean, honestly, the Yankees could win. They could do it again. They can win 4 more in a row, and you'd be like, you're gonna feel 100% different.
Yeah, it's nice having that, like you said, basically a 3.5 game cushion for the Yankees in the wild card, and same thing with the Sox. And it can swing fast. The good thing is that the Yankees do have a very easy schedule. The Sox have a very easy schedule coming up, especially over the next 7 games for the Yankees with the Nats and the White Sox. That being said, yes, the Yankees could easily fall out of contention, and if that's the case, if they don't make the playoffs, there's no way that Boone and Cashman will survive. I mean, in coming off of a World Series berth in 2024, obviously losing, I still think anything short of a World Series is probably going to be their demise. I mean, it's plain and simple. You have goals, right? I mean, if you were at the World Series and you basically, say what you want, you were down in the series, but that 5th inning totally screwed you. You were coming back with momentum. So you had a shot. You had a legit shot. Yeah. And you blew it. And not to go back and be embarrassed. I mean, let's be honest, Brian. The last month and a half, 2 months for the Yankees has been an embarrassment.
Yeah.
It's been an embarrassment. And Aaron Judge is batting 207 in August with 3 home runs and 18 Ks, more Ks than walks. So his MVP hopes are sliding very fast too. And don't tell me right now that it has nothing to do with his elbow. That is complete BS. He's not all of a sudden going to be a 360 hitter over the course of 4 months of the season and turn into a 200 hitter after coming off an elbow injury. So this throwing program stuff, I'll say it again, is a bunch of BS. I don't see where Aaron Judge is coming back and playing the field.
I was curious about, you obviously watch these games really closely. What did you think of the Red Sox?
The thing I like about the Red Sox, there's a lot of good things about the Red Sox, right? But the 2 main factors I saw in that game were Roman Anthony and Alex Bregman. You can't get Alex Bregman out. You just can't. You can't kill him, dude. He hits the ball wherever he wants. He's a professional hitter. He is an excellent baseball player, and he has been since the day he stepped into the league. And I said it before the season, adding him to your team is the difference maker. He is an X factor for that team. And, of course, Roman Anthony, I said it on your morning show again, Brian, 500-foot home run. I'm going to see the infield shifted to the right. I'm going to go to the left field with the ball on the ground. He's a good player, and that just shows you that they know what they're doing, locking that guy up. So, the Red Sox were the better team coming in. They still are the better team, even though the Yankees had that little winning streak. It will definitely be interesting to see how this plays out because they got 3 more games against each other. And again, if this is how this is going to shake out, half game swing, back and forth, you hope the Yankees get their head out of your know-whats and play better the next time around.
If you were going to just for S's and G's, handicap what the standings will be in a month.
Well, let's see. The Yankees have 1, 2, 3, 4, they have 12. They have like 16 games before they see the Red Sox again, and they're playing only good competition. They're playing 6 against Detroit, 6 against Toronto, and it's 9 total. Houston, Toronto, and Detroit. So they split with them. That's 4, and they take 5 out of 7, so 9. Oof, Jesus, dude, that's it. Easily they could go 500. So we could be right back where we're looking. Maybe a half game swing.
So 500 gets you in the playoffs, though. I bet it does.
Again, I will say it again. I've been saying it. The last 12, 13 games of the season are going to be crucial for the Yankees. They play terrible competition. If they cannot win those games, they are toast. You have to win almost. You're going to have to win 10 of 13 of those games. 10 of 13 of those games.
And what's interesting is the Red Sox close with Toronto, Detroit, and you'd be like, those are 2 of the best teams in the American League. However, if Toronto's got an 8-game lead and Detroit's got it wrapped up, they might just be messing around to get pitching matchups and get people rest. So that might actually play to the Red Sox advantage. So if Toronto and Detroit have meaningful games, it's a problem. If they don't, it could be an advantage. So I'm pretty fascinated. I think the Red Sox, the problem with the Red Sox is that they could throw up on themselves at any given time, and they could play brilliantly at any given time. So you can't predict. You really, really, really cannot. I think they'll make I think the Red Sox will make the playoffs. I do.
I would say if I'm a betting man, I think both teams are going to make the playoffs, just given the super inconsistency of the other wild card teams. And again, that Yankee easy schedule going out, I think they'll wake up and win the games they need to just to sneak in. But once you get in, it's they're clearly not a World Series team. Let's be honest. They're going to get an extreme heater if they get in the playoffs.
All right, final thoughts. Anything else on your mind?
No, just obviously the weekend was very disappointing. It's tough. It's tough to watch your team when you literally are laughing at them after they've been playing so bad for how long they've been playing bad. You'd think you've seen it all, Brian, but then the Yankees just keep surprising you.
Well, that second inning on Thursday was brutal, and then the ninth inning on
Saturday
was pretty unbelievable. All right, well, listen, we'll be watching. We'll do something again later in the week. Hopefully, we'll have more clarity. We'll try to do these quicker hitters as we see things as sort of from almost series by series, if you will, and try to stay on top of things. So for John Senecal, I'm Brian Shackman. You've been listening to Fanbase, a deep dive into the greatest rivalry in sports.